You hate ads? I hate ads. You know what I like? Patreon.com/inkdependence keeps this channel ad-free. Hello folks, welcome to Inkdependence. I'm Mike, and this is an ink from Robert Oster and Galen Leather. So this is a very multinational ink made in Australia, sold through Turkey, and given to me in DC by Galen Leather. So thank you very much, Galen Leather, for giving me this ink to check out, and I'm going to go do a review on it. I hope that's cool. So here is what it looks like on the little swatch up top, and it looks pretty reddish orange there. On paper, though, this is a pretty bright orange ink, I think. Bright? Yeah, I'm going to go with bright orange. It just kind of looks bright orange to me, and not very rusty, but a real nice orange. And you know I love an orange. This is my usual Rhodia 80 grams per square meter paper. The flow on this is a little bit on the dry side. I had it in this pen originally, which is a Galen Leather and Narwhal collaboration pen. And I liked it in this pen okay. It was kind of dry, a little bit too dry for me, really. And so I switched it. I've got another ink in here right now, actually. And so I decided to put it in this pen, which is this is a pilot of some kind, but I actually don't know exactly which one this is. But it might be a custom Heritage 91, but not quite. I don't really know. It's something from Japan, but it's maroon and it has a nice number 5 medium nib in there, the pilot number 5, not the Yovo style. And these are usually a little bit on the wet side, and this one is as well. And it writes really nicely from this nib. I think it looks a little bit darker and gives you better tones, I think. So on this one, this is a fairly dry nib actually in this pen, this stub, and this ink was a little bit dry. I didn't have good hard starts or anything really, but it does kind of spread it out. I don't know how to explain it exactly other than to say you have the same amount of ink coming through here and maybe here, but this spreads it out further, and so you get a lighter tone, whereas this one gives you a darker tone here and gives you more of that that kind of orange color that I like, that saturated deep orange color. These bottles are $17 a piece for a 50 ml bottle, where you find them at Galen Leather, and really that's kind of what Robert Oster goes for. So let's go ahead and do a little water test here, and then we'll look at chromatography, some similar inks, and a bunch of other papers, including this copy paper where it did pretty well. Oh, qualities. Orangeness. I didn't have any qualities to really give it. I mean, it does have a little bit of shading, but not a lot. So I just went with orangeness. It's got a good amount of orange. All right, let's get this, get some water on here. All right, come on. I hate it when your plunger gets stuck. Oh man, it's going to be a mess. There we go. Now we're in business. All right, there we go. Kind of squish around there a little bit. Looks like we're not really having any water resistance, which I'm not surprised by. You don't find too many water resistant oranges, although there are a couple. I have one in a pen right now that I think is going to be water resistant, but it's an unusual quality in an orange. And yeah, sure enough, this one comes right up. If you spill your coffee or your water bottle on this one, you are pretty much toast. Your stuff is gone. So don't use this if you need it to be water fast. I wouldn't address an envelope with it, for instance, because this would not be good if it rained. All right, so here is the chromatography. Right there. And as you can see, nothing left down here where the line started. All of it kind of bled up to the top. And it's a pretty uniform orange. There might be a little bit of a dark, kind of a reddish tint up at the top, but pretty much orange is what's in this orange ink. Maybe that's a yellow band, but it's so faint I really can't tell. I think it's pretty much just orange. All right, here it is on my usual Staples 20-pound 30% recycled copy paper, where it actually looks really nice. I think it looks better here than it does on the Rhodia from this Narwhal stub nib. And of course, here's the Pilot medium nib right here, which is kind of darker than the stub nib gave us. Again, this spreads out the ink a little bit more, and so it makes it a little bit lighter, I think. On the backside, yeah, really nothing. A little bit more bleed from the Pilot, but that's to be expected. It's putting down a little bit more ink in a smaller space, but even there, compare that to the rest of the things on this page, and it compares very favorably. So good job on this one. You can totally use this on some not great paper if you want to, and you will have a good enough time. I put it on, I actually have 2 samples of it here. This is Midori MD paper. This is the cotton. I really like this cotton paper. It's very nice. I did one with the Narwhal stub and then another one with the Pilot medium nib. Let's go ahead and zoom in real close on these just to kind of see them closer to, let's see, what's better, this maybe. And I like this tone better, but this one is perfectly cromulent. I think it worked perfectly well on this paper. It felt okay on this paper, even though it's a little bit on the dry side. Like I said, no hard starts or skips or anything like that. Just feels a little bit dry. And here, I think it looks really good. I think just this ink just needed a little bit more flow, and I think the color is a little bit better on this one. That's more what I prefer. It's a little bit more saturated. Then, of course, we have our Inky Fingers Currently Ink notebook. This is wheat straw paper. Oh no, I lost my tag. Here it is from the Maroon Pilot Penne 19 pen. I don't know what model that is, with that medium nib. It looks really nice on this wheat straw paper. And then here it is from the stub on that Galen and Narwhal pen. Looks pretty good on this paper, actually. A little bit lighter, but still good. And here, of course, Tomoe River in my Galen Leather Everyday Notebook. I'm really going Galen heavy on this one, which is very convenient. So there it is on Tomoe River. Looks perfectly nice from that Narwhal stub. Looking good there. And then on this page right here, looking good from the Pilot. Yeah, win-win on this one, really. You get more shading on this paper with this pen, I think. But yeah, looks nice. Very nice orange. Not very rusty, but a very nice orange. All right, let's look at some color comparisons, y'all. Here it is on my Colodex card. And here we have Kobe number 63, East Park Orange, which is another very nice orange that tends a little bit red. The Robert Oster Pen Addict Fire on Fire, which is kind of close, but I think a little bit darker in this area. And also, again, this one's a little bit dry, just like rust oranges. Sometimes Robert Oster's oranges will be a little bit on the dry side, which is not really a knock against them. You just got to put them in the right nib. Graf von Faber-Castell Burned Orange, which is a really great ink. That I really like that one a lot. Van Diemen's Harvest Golden Nugget Pumpkin, and Tasha Dye. This one holds the record for crusting up the quickest in a pen. So if you have a pen that doesn't have a good cap seal, you are not going to have a good time with Dye, but it's a nice color and it's kind of similar. And then lastly, we have Mont Blanc Lucky Orange and Monteverde's LA Pen Show Special Edition Coral. So if you were looking to get either of these special edition inks that are no longer sold, well, this one might actually still be sold. Then Rust Orange is kind of close. It's closer to Lucky Orange than it is to this Coral, which is quite a bit darker, but thought I'd show that in there anyway, just give you a range. All right, so there you have it, the ink and the bottle. Find this at Galen Leather. You can find them online. Just go ahead and Google them up and let them know I said hi when you do so. It's always helpful to your YouTube folks when you say where you saw the thing that, you know, moved you to buy a thing if you really like this ink. So, you know, that always helps out. Say hi from Mike at Inkdependence. And, you know, see this graph up here and how, like, a lot of people still aren't subscribed. Hey, if you made it to, you know, this deep in this this episode without, you know, subscribing, go ahead and subscribe. You like this stuff and you want to see more. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Until next time, think about what you put on the world, make it a better place, and peace out.